Hi again, I'm Craig Hamilton Parker and I'm a psychic medium, and today we'll be doing some what I call advanced readings done in advance of you joining me here on YouTube, and these messages could be for you. All the messages tend to get taken, or a large part of them do, sometimes with very specific details given through these messages, particularly when I do them mediumistically. So there could be one for you to hear today. We're doing these, I usually launch these on Monday. You can go back and look at previous ones to see if there's anything there for you. And don't forget, we also publish videos every Friday too, on lots of other interesting stuff. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe please, because then you'll get updates all the time, and particularly if you click that little bell thing that I keep telling you about, that will mean you'll get email notifications when we go live when we go with a new video each time. So there's lots of new fascinating stuff coming here, not just these Monday ones where I give readings, but also Fridays we have some all sorts of new stuff going on, lots of really interesting stuff now about mysteries and the unexplained. I've had my son-in-law Domenico helping me to make these videos into really professional ones, so we've assembled a really good little team. So follow us and watch some of the latest stuff we're doing. But we're going to have some fun today doing these readings again, and I'm going to do a different sort of technique today. But anyway, let me just first give you another one of the updates of some of the messages that have been left on the comments. So if I get anything right for you, please always leave something in the comments so that we know the message has been taken and we know that what we do is real, so others can then understand that this is the real thing. Not many psychics or mediums can do this type of clairvoyance. Okay, now there was another message that someone gave here that they responded to one of the messages. You'll remember some of these perhaps if you've been following the channel. The person says, I'm not giving names of people who give the answers, but you can find them on the comments. The second message sounds like my son, who was struck by a vehicle on a long dark road after jumping out of a moving vehicle while being intoxicated from drugs and alcohol. He was definitely a joker and the highlight of gatherings because he kept us laughing. I'm extremely excited at the moment because of my new career is taking off. That's something you shared with us. It's been a long time coming to me. That's why I feel like it's my son, who was 25 years old when the tragedy occurred. And as I was so thank you for leaving the comment there, and I just want to add that I feel that boy. Okay, he jumped off the train, he was completely out of his head. It was a little bit unusual for him really, because he'd gone through a really difficult patch in his life, I feel, at that time. When we look back at him earlier, I sense he was quite a talented young soul, you know, and I feel that he was he got kind of tied up. A relationship went wrong for him, I feel, and I feel because of that he started to not believe in himself, you know, and he started to mix with bad people, and ended up with quite some heavy sort of people around him, I've got to say. Real degenerates were around him in his life, which dragged him down as well. But I want to say that he's reaching out to his mother in particular. I want to say he's saying that he's all right now. He's come to his senses, I feel, in the spirit world. So I just want to add that little bit to that message, and thank you for putting your message in the comments, and I will read your comments for all of you. Now I'm going to do something different today. Now you've had me doing mainly things like mediumship, you know, that is connecting with the spirit world and so forth. We've done a little bit of tarot reading on here before too, but I'm going to introduce you to a different form of fortune telling, and it's one of the oldest known fortune telling methods in the world, and it all comes in this little box here. Okay, you'll note it's Chinese. Now when you go to places like Thailand and China and places, if you go into the temples, at the entrance of the temples you'll see these little boxes all around, okay, and you can ask the priest for a message. So in the front of the temples, and this, I think, although these are Buddhist temples, I think this originally come from Taoism in China. But they do this thing where they will draw you, the priest will draw you a stick, or you actually shake the stick, I'll show you in a minute, and the priest will give you the message, and maybe even sometimes tell you a little bit more. So some of these priests are clairvoyant, and sometimes you can just do it yourself. You can go into the temple and you get your message. When we went to Thailand with my mum, she got a message that she didn't like very much, so she insisted the priest draw her another straw, you know, until she got a good reading. But it don't work like that. Destiny's destiny. Okay, so in order to do this, I'm gonna connect. I'm going to ask it a question, and I'll give you an answer which I have to look up in the little fortune telling leaflet here. So I don't know the answers to all these, but the message is going to be for the people I clairvoyantly will try to connect with now. All right. So this first message is for someone who enjoys I don't know if they enjoy golf, or there's something in the air at the moment all around them about golf. All right, I'm getting golf. So I don't know if it's a woman at home fed up with her husband about golf, or there's golf being talked, or there's golf on the TV at the moment as you're watching this. Something golf is around you as I'm giving this message. All right, so that's the connection with the person. I also feel that I don't know. I don't know if you were a little bit sick for a while recently. Had a bad breakfast, I'm seeing, for some reason. I don't know, but there's something like that. All right. But anyway, I think the golf thing will make sense to you, because it will be very apparent to you who's going to get this message. Now, these sticks, we shake them until one falls out. Now, I can't do it up high like this, but so I have to do it just down here on the desk. So I'm going to shake the sticks, and one will fall out. You keep shaking, so see it's gone that far now, and you get a point where it's funny, always one falls out, never more it seems. Okay, we've got the stick, and you'll notice it's got little Chinese writing on it, right? And it's got the number 19 on it, which is convenient. So I can look up the number 19 and I'll give you your reading. Okay, your luck for today. Loan no money on this day. If you do, they'll not repay. Okay, that's your luck for today. All right, a bit like Rupert Bear's poems, aren't they? Okay, and your fortune is: though your troubles seem so great, be firm and do not quail. Have courage in yourself, dear friend. You'll win, you cannot fail. Expect a letter of abuse from one whom you thought a friend, and it says a good chance for your wish today. Okay, so there you go. They're interesting, aren't they? I find this is quite an interesting, and I don't expect any of you have come across this type of method. It's an old method. It's a form really of what we would call sortilege, which is a drawing of lots. But this, like I say, it's still very much respected in the Buddhist and Taoist temples in China, Thailand, and other places. Okay, now I've got to find my recipient. Let's see if I can connect the person now. In the last 2 or 3 days, you've just been to the dentist, and you had 3 teeth filled. And as I'm talking, I can hear a dog barking. All right, so there's a dog close to you. All right, either in the room or outside. And there may have been some recent problems with the house, a roof tile or something like that. Okay, so hope I got the person right. Leave a comment if this is for you. Let's see if we get this. Let's do it again. So I'm going to do this, and gradually one will fall. I'm going to see if I can pull the camera down just so you can see it. Okay. So here we go. So you'll see. Here we go. There it is. Right, put the camera back up on my laptop, on my PC. Right, okay, we have your message is number 22. Okay, there's your stick. Okay, this is your luck for today first. Ooh, ooh. A tricky number 22, usually good, it's up to you. I love this poetry, it's fantastic, isn't it? Your fortune, a temperament not suitable for a life of married bliss. You'll be better off unmarried, be you single man or miss. A matter of considerable importance soon, which must be decided by yourself alone, is marked here. And in italics it says, you have made an impossible wish. Okay. So sometimes when you ask these, you ask a question. So that would be something that's on your mind at the moment. Okay. So I'm going to do another one. And let's do a question with this, because let me see if I can connect with somebody here that's got, so I want, if you're watching this, have a question in your mind now, those people watching it, all right? And I'll see if I can identify the person and the question. That's interesting because, you know, this is clairvoyance trying to work through time, because I'm doing this ahead of you actually doing this. So let me see. If the Nadi Oracle can do it, why can't we Westerners? Okay. Okay, get your question in your mind, all right. It's a male person I'm coming to, and I feel this person is asking a question. All right, they're asking a question about their work and their job and their career. They're asking a question about whether they should leave their job and get a new job completely. I feel they work in IT of some sort. I feel that they've had, I get aches in my wrist, so I don't know if I've got a carpal tunnel syndrome in their hand. I get a sense of the person has recently been to the cinema, as a great love of the cinema, and likes old black and white movies. So those are all things and qualities that I feel are connected with you. Let's move the camera slightly. Okay, so that's you. Your question is about changing job. Let's see what it says. Oh, just one again. Handy, isn't it? Number 50. Okay, let's look you up. Fun this, isn't it? It's another form of fortune telling. So those that haven't had a message, at least we're learning something, aren't we? We're learning about sortilege. Okay, your luck for today. Luck in love is bad today, but in business sure to pay. So it sounds like good for your career change. Your fortune. Appearances to you seem good, and fortune more than kind. But you could win both wealth and fame if you were not so blind. So are you not? Think you're a bit stubborn? Are you about things? If that's what it's saying, you're stubborn about this, and you could get a better job perhaps, if that's what we're looking at as an interpretation here, if you weren't so stubborn about things, and perhaps you've got to be a bit more flexible about the sort of job you want. And it says here, you will receive unjust treatment from a near relative, and it says you may get your wish later on. Okay, so it's not saying the job's around immediately here, but it will come along, and don't be so stubborn. Okay. A little bit lighter than some of the mediumistic readings we've done on here, but I think it's interesting, don't you? And if you liked that, you know, put it in the comments. We'll do some more if you think it's good. I'll do some different methods of fortune telling and so on here on the channel if you follow it, and also unusual mediumistic readings in advance as well. So thanks for joining us again, and don't forget, again, subscribe like I keep warning you, and click that little bell, particularly if you're new here. And also, if you're new to my telephone service that we have with psychics that are available right now, you can call them and you can get your first 10 minutes of a reading for just 29 pence per minute, which is not a lot if you add it up. So you could get a 10-minute reading now for not a lot, and that same type of deal applies to many other countries. We've got a number of lines specifically for America. I think the Canadians can ring the American line at the same time, and for Ireland, and for the UK, and for Australia, and so on. So give us a call and see if you'd like a reading with one of my psychics. Get a short little reading right now. And if you go to my website, you can also book myself up for readings there, and you can also, if you want, look up the list of all the readers that I've got working there by telephone as well. So some people You know, there's waiting lists for me sometimes. There's not often many spaces, but you know, we're all good, and the guys that work with me are good too. So sometimes, you know, you can check us out by getting multiple readings. So okay, the numbers are coming up now, and if you look at those numbers, that will give you the numbers you can call in your country, or go to my website at psychics.co.uk. Okay, thanks for joining us. See you next time. Don't forget your comments. Bye for now.